Is there anything worth checking out in here? The theme songs are all pretty good. I still think that's the best song on the track, though. Huh? That's weird. This is the hallway I walked through to get to the gymnasium, but it's clearly different. Is this Monokuma's doing too? Is he trying to confuse us again? I don't know what he's doing or how he's doing it, but he keeps doing it over and over again. He's so persistent. But I'm not gonna fall for his trap. There's no way this will make me back down. This is the top floor of the school. This is not the entrance from the gymnasium, but okay. Hey Sonia, what's up? Do I need to talk to you? I feel like that's not gonna do anything. This hallway, there is a strange feeling to it, no? As if an invisible wall has been erected to limit our movement.
I am concerned.
Is it just me? But we're trying to solve the mystery. Okay, looks like we have to go in here. Into the dojo. This is the ancient ruin, correct? What is this? Is this a dojo? It's full of strange things that make me think there's no way we're inside a school. Perhaps it's a mistake to expect the inside of this building to make sense. What's this? A History of Hope's Peak Academy. Is this a manga? The title is Manga for Morons, A History of Hope's Peak Academy by Monokuma. Why is a manga with such a suspicious-looking title laying out in the open like this? My ear itches so bad. Why isn't Kyoko here? Because we haven't found her yet. Let's start with history first, class. Reading manga is the third best way to learn about history. Then what's the first, you ask? Well, I'd ask what the second is, to be fair, but that depends on the person. So just as I thought Monokuma made this, that totally explains how suspicious it looks. The last class trial was definitely a trap trial, I think. I really just want to ignore it, but there's no way I can do that. Fine, I'll look at it. I'll look at anything that might be a clue to getting out of here, no matter what it is. Look at the quiet girl. I picked up the manga off the floor and started flipping through the pages. It's an introduction to Hope's Peak Academy's history, as narrated by the cutesy character on the cover. The story begins with an introduction to Hope's Peak. Hope's Peak Academy is 10 people left. I mean, you know, probably because they realized how far into the game I was. A government-funded school of privilege where only the most talented high school students can hope to attend. Built to raise hope in the nation's future, many of its alumni are key leaders in various industries. New students are chosen through a scouting process, but the ones who scout them are Hope's Peak Academy's teachers, who serve as both educators and researchers of talent. Hope's Peak Academy isn't just a school for talent, it's also a school for researching talent as well. However, for the past few years, Hope's Peak Academy has been suffering from a decline in funding. If this persists, the Academy believes they will not be able to make progress with the research of talent. So they decided to implement a new system. The Reserve Department. Unlike the main department, who scouts for students, the Reserve Department utilizes a general entrance exam. Normal faculty was hired and placed in charge of looking after the Reserve Department. The expenses and exam fees for the Reserve Department are quite high compared to most high schools. Nevertheless, Hope's Peak Academy received an endless stream of applicants. Hope's Peak Academy was now available to talentless commoners, people who only cared about the brand. With this, Hope's Peak Academy managed to amass sizable funds and began to further research of talent. To create Hope's Peak Academy's earnest wish, a true genius who would become mankind's hope. But just when they thought everything was going well, an unprecedented incident occurred. The incident that triggered the tragedy, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. I hadn't heard that in a while. That's right, it was the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. Hope's Peak Academy was crippled by this incident and was forced to shut down without accomplishing anything. The end. Huh? The ending was so sudden, like a manga that's suddenly cancelled in the middle of its run. Plus, these phrases mentioned at the end of this manga. The tragedy and the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. These names are so melodramatic, there's no way these incidents really happened, right? This manga only mentions the name, so I don't really know the details, but no, it'd just be a waste of time to wonder about things that don't make sense. More importantly, I learned something because of this manga. The Reserve Department. That department was only built to collect money. I was on one of those reserve course students, right?
But hold on.
Oh, you're here again. The thing that's weird is you, of course. Huh? Why did you forget that you were part of the reserve department? The Future Foundation only took away your school life memories, right? But you should have known even before you entered that you had no talent, right? So I think it's weird that you actually forgot something like that too. Not necessarily, because Kyoko also forgot her talent. If your talent is significant, it's likely that you forget it, and I feel like that manga and everything else is specifically directed to fuck with Hajime, because Monokuma doesn't like hope. What do you want me to say?
By the way,
Based on my assumption, the Future Foundation must have wanted to hide the fact that you were one of those reserve course students. Hey, what's up, Tony?
got it.
Or you willingly seal those memories yourself. Huh? You wanted to be confident in yourself, so you wanted to forget everything that embarrassed you. You know, when humans experience trauma, sometimes they erase their memory of what happened. It happens pretty often, not that I know anything about that, though. Are you saying it's my fault I forgot? That's not it. When things get inconvenient, you always get angry and try to brush it off. Well, that's expected of a reserve course student. Damn it, what the heck? Reserve Department has been added to the truth bullets. There's gonna be another trial! Hey, what's in locker 6? There are a bunch of wooden lockers here. Each of them has a traditional looking wood block sticking out of them. I guess they're just for show. There's nothing in particular that looks like a clue. The cherry tree is probably displaying its full blossoms, the falling petals add to the elegance of the scene. If Hyoko and Peko were here, it would have looked truly picturesque. For their sakes as well, I will definitely go home. There's a straw post. I guess that means it was used for training. That target seems pretty far away. If the production team had more time, there could have been a minigame here. Wait, what am I saying? Hajime doesn't have a talent, and he also forgot that he doesn't have a talent. It's armor and a helmet. Did the map developers design this to reflect a Japanese dojo? We're breaking the fourth wall! Hey, Soda's here now instead of what's-his-face, and this classroom's now open. What do you have to say, Soda?
What's going on?
This hallway is kind of creepy. I can't go to places that I should be able to go. It's like some rule is being enforced for no reason. It's like there's an invisible wall or something. Hey, let's have another person mention that. Sorry guys, stream's laggy, that's why you see all these blocks on the string. Yeah, Hajime's talent is being rich as fuck. Is this volume 2 of the manga? There's no Quiet Girl on this. This is another manga, it's laying on top of the desk. This one is Manga for Morons, The Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. Wasn't The Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy mentioned in that other manga too? It's why Hope's Peak Academy went bankrupt, and it was the trigger for the biggest, most tragic, most awful event in human history. If I read this manga, will I be able to learn a little bit more about that incident? Hey, what's up, Red Turn? This one has gruesome music. I took the manga from the desk and started flipping through the pages to see what I could learn about the event known as the tragedy. The story made heavy use of outdated, stylized drawings depicting characters solving mysteries. What's written here is, as the name suggests, the tragedy occurred at Hope's Peak Academy. The key player in that event was a student named Izuru Kamakuri. Izuri was a genius known as a symbol of hope. Hope's Peak Academy used all their resources to develop him. What's up, Anarchy? Supposedly Izuri, I'm probably saying that wrong, was a genius among geniuses and possessed various talents. Wielding superior talent for the hope of mankind, the Academy referred to Izuri as the ultimate hope. And this is trying to paint the ultimate hope in a bad picture, or in a bad light, because, you know, Monokuma doesn't like hope. He's trying to manipulate everyone into thinking bad things, is what I'm thinking this is going. To protect such rare talent, the Academy completely concealed all evidence of Izuri's origins and identity. Because of that, most of the students at the Academy were completely unaware of Izuri's existence. But Izuru, okay. But Izuru, who was known as the symbol of hope, was responsible for a horrific incident. 13 students of Hope's Peak Academy Student Council, among the Academy's best and brightest. Hey, what's up, Q Mystery? Q Mystery 3000? I do remember you. I remember everyone who shows up in the chat. I'm really good at remembering names, luckily. Were brutally murdered by him. However, the incident did not end there. The Academy tried to protect his superior talents and concealed the incident as though it never happened. However, a certain student began working in secret to use that incident to their advantage. That student uncovered what the Academy did, and by making that knowledge public, it stoked the fires of the Reserve Corps students, who had long been dissatisfied with how they'd been treated. And the uprising began. And that heralded Hope's Peak Academy's destruction. This is the entirety of the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. Eventually, that incident would lead to that horrifying, devastating incident. The incident that would be known as the biggest, most awful, and most tragic event in human history. Works cited, Danganronpa/0. Isn't that the book? Hang on. What's Danganronpa/0? Danganronpa/0. Danganronpa/0 is a novel that serves as a prequel to Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc, featuring events between Danganronpa 3 and the game. It's written by the creator of the series. Cool. I'll probably get that. That sounds fun. With a heavy sigh, I closed the manga. Am I supposed to believe this? There's no way 13 people were killed at Hope's Peak Academy. Honestly, there's school shootings with more than 13 victims on a regular basis. What irony! For a genius known as the ultimate hope to cause such a gruesome incident. A talent like that is too regal for society. It's like trying to buy juice with a bar of gold. You should be lucky that you're incompetent. Damn it, he always has a lead up to something offensive. He seriously pisses me off. But ultimate hope. Nagato mentioned that before too, but it looks like it means something completely different here. What Nagato said was the true meaning of hope. But for Izuru, hope simply means talent. More importantly, a genius who possesses various talents. I wish they'd given me one of those talents so I didn't have to be in the reserve department. That's right, the reserve department. Here it said that the reserve corps students in the reserve department began uprising. Then what about me? Was I a participant too? No, that's not possible. There's no way. I have no reason to do something like that. Tragedy of Hope's Peak has been added. Anyway, I've learned about the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy, but the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is a far worse incident, right? What kind of incident was it? And who's this other student that isn't Izuru? Izuru. Yeah, I'm saying it right. A certain student who secretly used that incident to their advantage. Who was that? This incident is really messed up, but all it's doing is raising more questions. And the teachers assigned the ultimate whatever. Tony. The mysteries just keep piling up. Anything else opened up? Doesn't seem like it, but Soda's gone now. So maybe down this way. There we go. Biolab's open again. What the hell is with this room? It's freaking cold in here. Hajime says freaking. That's funny. It's like I'm in a freezer or something. If I just stand still, I might end up freezing to death. I should hurry up and investigate so I can get out of here already. Where are the lights? I've seen this in movies before. It's a refrigerator for preserving dead bodies. At least that's what it looks like, but that's not possible, right? Keeping dead bodies in a high school biolab isn't something you should joke about. It just feels so forced. This idea should have been cancelled during development or something. What am I thinking?
I've been found.
Found a Monokuma, I guess. This looks like a plastic tarp. Why is this left out like this? Clean up after yourselves, will you? Best martial artist minus her boyfriend? What? Who is Sakura's boyfriend? There's another manga just laying around here. This time the title is Manga for Morons, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. I knew it. The next one would obviously be about this incident. The biggest, most awesome... Okay. Just what was the incident really all about? It might turn out to be something lame. I flipped through the pages of the manga and hoped that I was right. This cover looks scary. A story about creepily drawn characters who get involved in such horrifying incidents. Oh wow, that's sad. Too bad I didn't spend any free time with Sakura. An incident known as the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Is this drawn so grotesquely because the incident itself is that grotesque? Anyway, the beginning of the creepy manga starts with this sentence. The tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy was simply the trigger. At first, the uprising by the Reserve Corps students that triggered the tragedy was initially hoped to be resolved quickly, but the situation continued to escalate to dangerous extremes. The movement started spreading all over the internet and fostered a thriving online community. The community was not limited to students, and people of various races and nations began joining in. But the movement was not confined to the internet and began spreading and eroding the real world. When the movement started, it was indistinguishable from any other demonstration inspired by social unrest. But as it spread across the world, certain abnormalities soon came to light. By then it was too late. The ends and the means had vanished. The wanton destruction became their only goal. The strong butchered the weak. The weak killed the weakest among them. And soon the weak formed factions to brutally murder the strong. As the violence and death continued to spread, the shock of their actions began to disappear, as if the era was regressing to more uncivilized times when senseless deaths were the norm. The media was oversaturated with deaths to the point that where people would watch them while enjoying a meal. By the time the world realized what it had become, it was too late to stop what had happened. A feeling of immense despair began spreading and eventually engulfed the world. Acts of terrorism and coup d'etats began occurring around the world, a war waged in the name of despair. A war fought not for principles, religion, or personal gain, just war. Pure war. And because of that, there was no way to resolve it. Because war never changes. That is a Monokuma symbol on the book, and it's been on every book. How could a movement started by high school students progress into such a hopeless scenario? The only explanation is the existence of a certain organization, devoted to a certain student who influenced Hope's Peak Academy. A group called the Ultimate Despair. Instead of using Hope's Peak Academy's talents for the sake of mankind's hope, they used them for the sake of mankind's despair. Key members of society used their influence to brainwash the masses in order to spread despair. Tech-savvy computer programmers wrote software to spread despair. The power and influential created new values and morals to spread despair. And with this, they created the tragedy, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. As long as despair exists, the despair engulfing the world will never end. The tragedy will never end. My heart was racing in my chest, but my body felt ice cold. It's probably because we're in the refrigerator still. And it wasn't because I was freezing in this room. Oh. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. This is definitely all made up. I mean, if this is really true, then what's happening in the outside world? My family, my friends, the convenience store I frequent, the nearby bookstore, my favorite restaurant. What's happened to them?
No way!
Are you seriously yelling at a manga? How crazy are you? Who would enjoy reading something like this? Oh my, you don't like manga? A high school student who doesn't like manga is like an office lady who doesn't like to eat candy. Enough, what is this messed up manga? I thought you'd obviously know about such a horrible event that destroyed the world, but for you not to remember that, such despair. That's the Future Foundation's fault though, thanks to them for stealing your school memories. The incident that happened during the period is completely removed from your brains. This incident really happened, and I actually forgot about it. There's no way that's possible. How many times do I have to tell you all the clues here are real? Please understand I'm rooting for you. If you don't learn about the full extent of the outside world, you guys will suffer for it. I just want to help you guys so you can live well-adjusted lives in the outside world. I see, so that's how it is. That's what he meant by what he said at the beginning. Well, as the headmaster, I'm conflicted, you know. On one hand, I'm really happy that you're finally going to graduate. But on the other hand, I'm worried about whether you guys will be okay in the outside world. That's why I'm thinking about telling you what the outside world is like before you make a decision. Whether you want to leave Jabberwock Island or stay here. He's trying to make us feel despair towards the outside world, so we'll want to stay on the island. But there's no way I'm going to do what he wants. Despair like that simply can't exist. The outside world should be filled with hope. Just like now. Perhaps? No, that's definitely it. The tragedy has been added. Whether or not this incident really happened, what in the world is the ultimate despair group? If they're devoted to a certain student who guided Hope Speak Academy to its destruction, are they connected to both the tragedy and the tragedy of Hope Speak Academy? Plus, that organization isn't just one person, but a group of people. But if they're known as Ultimate Despair, they're high school students, right? Well, if they were actually able to do it, then I guess that's why they're called Ultimates. Then are the killings we're involved in connected to them as well? It's no use, I'm gonna freeze to death. I'm at my limit, I need to get out of here. Shivering, I ran out of the freezing room. That was close, I nearly froze to death. So where should I go next? Could have been just the brainwashing. Could have been that she was friends with Junko before the killing island or the killing school trip began. Because they could have been students together. To be honest, I like Danganronpa 1 a bit better. But, I mean, this game's not done yet, though. So if it has a better ending, I could like this game better, because the ending to Danganronpa 1 sucked. I like that the picture on the wall says despair now. No, I should ignore it. I'm just gonna pretend I didn't see him. Okay, we're gonna ignore Monokuma for whatever reason and talk to Fuyuhiko. When I went inside this room, that bastard bear was suddenly here. He keeps glancing at me. I wonder why. It's gonna be shitty either way. So I'll let you handle it. There's no way I'm gonna deal with that idiot. I don't want to do it either. Thanks, Fuyuhiko. Appreciate the toss-off. Hello, Hajime. I hope you're doing pleasingly well. Are you pleasingly well? You're pleasingly well, right? What are you doing here? Well, there was another thing I needed to tell you on this floor. I got bored of drawing manga. Can you forgive me for telling you by word of mouth? You should have done that from the beginning. I didn't want to read your manga in the first place. A high school student who doesn't like manga? It's like a sumo wrestler who doesn't like eating hot pots. What's a hot pot? Anyway, I'm getting really fed up with your babbling. Hurry up, what did you need to tell me? It's about the key piece of information you've been waiting so long for. Surprise, it's about the ultimate despair. Huh? Even though the term ultimate despair refers to a group of people these days, It was originally the title for a high school girl who was the most awful, most powerful, most evil, and feared person alive. I added awful on accident, but that's okay. A high school girl.
Yes, indeed.
Lady Junko Enoshima. Junko Enoshima? As the former Ultimate Despair, she created Despair brimming with charm and humor, and created the Ultimate Despairs. There was one really horrible person in that group. Hold on a sec. I don't know what the Ultimate Despairs are, but it's not that easy to form an organization. There's no way people would join some fucked up organization created by a high school girl. Humans who are obsessed with their philosophy have an uncanny power to attract others. It's a trait shared by many famous leaders throughout history, right? There's nothing strange about it. That holds true for Lady Junko. With her charismatic ability to attract people, she even influenced those in the highest echelons of power. Her connections were the main reason that incident became the tragedy in the first place. So she even recruited people who would have been in a position to neutralize the threat. Then what was their purpose? What? Like I said, why did they cause that incident? It doesn't even make sense. They had a purpose, right? There's no way they'd do that without any purpose. It was Junko Enoshima's despair. Huh? For Junko Enoshima, despair isn't about purpose, a set of principles, a way of life, or an instinct. Despair is what defines Junko Enoshima as Junko Enoshima. What are you saying? I'm a stuffed plushie. Hajime is a human. It's exactly like that. Junko Enoshima is so full of so much despair that she's truly hopeless. Living, dying, eating, loving, for her everything is despair. What the hell? With her overwhelming force of personality, Junko recruited the ultimate despairs one by one. She controlled their despair by taking advantage of their love, hate, grudges, anything really. That explains why Mikan was like that, because, you know, she hated everyone secretly because everyone was a bully. Junko's despair is far more dreadful than any other. That idea had been slammed right into their minds. And so the ultimate despairs who had been recruited became nothing more than Junko's limbs. All despair, whether it was their own or anyone else's, was dedicated to Junko. Like believers making offerings to their god. Like a mother providing food to her children. But they dedicated all despair so they could escape from despair, all in Junko's name. For example, they killed their families and friends and even destroyed their bodies through relentless mutilation. Okay? And to hopelessly top it off, they completely believed it was something that they had to do. There's no way something that crazy is possible. Do you know about the final days of the reserve course students during the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy? Final days? Junko has the power to change people's values. This is also true of famous people throughout history. What do you mean, final days? What happened to the reserve department? They fulfilled their role as disposable limbs. They believed in what they needed to do. And so, the 2,357 students of the reserve department all committed mass suicide. Damn. Mass suicide? All 2,357 students? Oops, it wasn't all of them. One person was excluded. One person was excluded, huh? Is that me? I don't believe it. There's no way I can believe this. Ultimate Despair, Junko Enoshima. It doesn't scare me at all, I mean... Junko Enoshima is already dead. Huh? Ultimate Despair has been added. Reserve Department has been added. Interesting. Fuyuhiko, is it true what you said? Junko Enoshima is really dead? What, you didn't see? There was a book called Manga for Morons, Killing School Life in that bloody classroom. A bloody classroom? No, wait. What was that you said about the killing school life? Like the killings we were involved in, they were the killings that happened at Hope's Peak Academy. As I recall, the mastermind took her own life because the remaining students worked together to defeat her.
Well, yeah.
The killing school life ended up failing in the end. As a result, the 6 students who survived managed to escape from the academy.
Hey.
For a manga about the killing school life, it was drawn with a lot of silly images and dumb gags. According to that, the mastermind behind the failed school killing life was Junko Enoshima. The mastermind took her own life, which means Junko Enoshima is dead. It turns out that the killing school life was part of the whole most awful whatever incident. Junko took away the memories of former students of Hope's Peak Academy and forced them to kill each other. Former students of Hope's Peak Academy, and she took away their memories. That's just like us. Apparently the whole thing was being filmed by surveillance cameras and broadcast worldwide. There's a limit to being a cruel asshole. The surveillance cameras were broadcasting the whole thing. The students of Hope's Peak Academy are widely known as the Symbols of Hope. By forcing people to watch these symbols of hope kill each other for the sake of survival. Is Chat dead? Rest in peace, Chat. They were trying to fill everyone who watched the broadcast with despair all at once. That's messed up. But that messed up plan was stopped. Junko Enoshima failed. Junko lost to the students she placed in a trap after being overcome by the despair she created. She took her own life. Then Junko is no more. Monokuma just says ... No matter how horrible she was, there's no reason to fear someone who's dead. Whether Monokuma's story is true or not doesn't matter. Junko Enoshima isn't alive anymore. Something tells me she's still alive, based on how many times we're emphasizing this point. Then, who is our enemy? If Junko Enoshima is already dead, are the rest of the Ultimate Despairs behind this? Are they followers of Junko carrying out her will? That's the only thing I can think of. I mean, the killings were involved in resemble that killing school life. Well, I don't know who the hell is imitating Junko and making us go through this, but an imitation is just that, an imitation.
No
If the
shit.
students from Hope's Peak Academy stop the real deal, there's no way we'll lose to some fake. But if this is really an imitation, are those surveillance cameras the same too? The cameras all over Jabberwock Island. Are they broadcasting to somewhere, just like the surveillance cameras during the killing school life? Killing school life has been added. Ultimate Despair has been updated. Man, Hajime, you totally know about that story, huh? What, do you have a problem with that? Well, I really wanted you to read the manga version since I took the time to draw it.
What are you
Oh
gonna
well,
do?
I'll just raise the flag. Flag? What do you mean, raise the flag? What's going to happen if you do that? One step at a time, you're getting closer to clearing my character route. You're not making sense again.
Well,
Now then, I'll give you guys my all. I'll tell you everything I know, including information on the outside and the inside. I'll raise them flags like crazy. Hey, Kane's here, huh? It changed to a different hallway again. It's so sudden. What's going on to make something like this happen? No, I've already decided that I'm not going to be surprised. That's right, there's no time for me to be surprised by something like this. Except the fact that we're losing our vision. That's pretty rough. Akane's twitching her nose like a beast examining her surroundings. What happened?
based on
Well, you know, it's just my gut, but I feel like someone's getting closer. What do you mean, who? I don't know, it's just my gut after all.
It's just my gut.
But still, her gut is pretty impressive. For some reason, it's strangely intuitive. And Monokuma did say something about the main cast coming. It's surprising, but her gut must be correct again this time. Hey, it's the cube from Cubai. Color. I guess the music room's where we're going. What is this tablet? This looks like the music room. I feel like I can see something strange. Looks like it's some sort of monument. Why would there be a monument in the music room? And not just that, the mark engraved into the monument is the symbol of the Future Foundation, right? Below that symbol, there's a sort of passage engraved. To combat the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history, the graduates of Hope's Peak Academy were among the many who established the Future Foundation. Huh? The Future Foundation was established by the graduates of Hope's Peak Academy? Aren't they known as World Ender? This is completely different. Monokuma, he completely made it up. Future Foundation's origins has been added. It's a very nice looking grand piano. It might be very valuable. Ibuki might have been able to play this. What is this? The words are floating in the air. This is like a hologram, right? The floating letters are forming a sentence. It looks like a passage from an email. Regarding the report we gave you the other day, we have obtained information a person who claims to be a survivor of Hope's Peak Academy. Have you checked out the Persona 5 trailer? I haven't checked out any of the Persona games, so probably not. It'd be weird to start with 5, I feel like. Upon further investigation, there are a total of 15 survivors. You may be wondering about the number of people at this time. If they're survivors of Hope's Peak Academy, it's possible they may be targeted by ultimate despair. We believe we should acquire them and place them in our care as soon as possible. Though I don't believe the group can go that far without Junko Enoshima rallying them. In a worst-case scenario, we must prevent a repeat of the killing school life. Also, if they're survivors of Hope's Peak Academy, we should expect them to be quite valuable to us. However, we are still investigating the details of their origins, and we haven't located them either. We will continue investigating this matter. Also, regarding a separate matter, we received a report from the research facility on Jabberwock Island. Preparations have been completed. It seems we can proceed with the experimental phase of the Neo World program. Survivors of Hope's Peak Academy. 15 students. Is that about us? But there was 16 of us. Almost like there was a foreign student who was not in the Nagato. Excluding Chiaki, who was part of the Future Foundation, there were definitely 15 of us, but what does survivors mean? It's like they're talking from some other world. What happened outside Jabberwock Island? If the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is really true, then the world isn't normal anymore. Maybe. I'm starting to feel like we might be better off not remembering the memories we've lost. The Academy's survivors has been added. I guess that's all the clues in this room. It's finally confirmed. The Future Foundation is on our side, at least. Called it! Nailed it! They were founded by the graduates of Hope's Peak Academy, and they took us in to protect us. But if that's true, Chiaki should have made that clear to us. No, as long as Monokuma was around, she probably couldn't say anything carelessly. Monokuma, if he's the Future Foundation's enemy, then his true identity must be the ultimate despair is to cause the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The ones who are carrying out the will of Junko Enoshima are making us go through this. Also, this caught my attention in the email, too. What is this research facility on Jabberwock Island mentioned in the email? What's that about? The only Future Foundation facility we found was that ancient ruin. There's no way that the research facility... There really is a research facility on this island. There should be other Future Foundation members here. Somehow, there are still so many mysteries. Okay. We're starting to lose our vision, and it's kind of creeping me out, but sure. This way is closed off. Data lab's closed off. Kane's still here. Office is open. She's gonna say people are coming or some shit. We don't need to talk to her again. Okay. Not sure what the game just did there, but it was like... Is the stream dead? Or is it just my computer that was freaking out for a second? Or the game? This feels different from a classroom. It's probably the office, right? I mean, the room kind of has that stuffy teacher vibe to it. The office, huh? Now that you mention it, it does look like that. More importantly, have you seen Miss Sonia? I don't see her anywhere. How much longer is this guy gonna be obsessed with Sonia? Give it up already. This is interesting. There's something written on the blackboard. What's written here? List of subject is written on the blackboard in large letters. Just below that are names I've seen before. Hajime Chiaki, Kazuchi, Nagito, Gundam, The Ultimate Imposter, Teruteru, Nekomaru, Fuyuhiko, Mahiru, Mikan, Ibuki, Peko, Sonia, Akane, and Hiyoko. Hiyoko looks a lot older in this picture. There's a newspaper posted on the blackboard. Below that, Hiyoko is written here. What is this newspaper? What is this? It says Miss Hiyoko. This can't mean the same Hiyoko, right? I mean the Hiyoko we knew. She was much smaller and looked more childlike. It was pretty much her defining feature. That and being a bitch. But the photo in this newspaper... In a way I can see the resemblance to Hiyoko, but her height and figure... It's too different from the Hiyoko we knew. What does this mean? The ultimate imposter? This lady looks pretty mature. Is she Hiyoko's older sister or something? No, it says Hiyoko right here. Then Hiyoko has an older sister with the same first and last name. Wow, you're dumb. An older sister with the same first and last name?
I mean...
That's the only explanation, right? I mean, look at it for yourself. That's not Hiyoko. But did you ever hear her mention an older sister? Well, it's not like I was that close to her or anything.
Wrong.
She doesn't have an older sister. Hiyoko is the Sioji's family's only daughter. If she doesn't have a sister, then a relative, there's still too much of resemblance.
What are you saying?
That's Hiyoko. Huh?
Of course not!
What are you saying? Hiyoko doesn't have a curvy body like this. I mean, she was famous for her childlike figure. She got away with all kinds of crap for looking like that.
Well...
I don't know what to tell you. Maybe she had a growth spurt? What are you saying? She's already dead. There's no way she could have had a growth spurt.
Today,
Well, regardless,
I'm
all the
feeling
clues I've
great.
provided are true. If they weren't, it wouldn't be fair.
What's going on?
This is the truth? If this is the truth, then the Hiyoko in this newspaper... Is he really saying this is the same person? That's impossible. I mean, how can there be a photo of a grown-up Hiyoko when she already died? Why does this even exist? Could it be related to that list of subjects over there? Huh? If it says subjects, maybe it means there was some kind of experiment, right? Did that experiment change Hyoko's body? What am I saying? Just saying it out loud makes it sound messed up. What experiment? If it's some kind of experiment, it would mean that we're also test subjects, right? I mean, our names are also written on the blackboard under the name list under that list of subjects. But what kind of experiment was it?
What's going on?
It better not have anything to do with time travel. List of subjects has been added. An extremely overwhelming portrait is hanging on the wall. I feel like I've seen it before, but the name etched into the placard says, Hope's Peak Academy founder, Izuru Kamukari. The founder of Hope's Peak Academy and this name. Doesn't this clearly contradict the information I obtained earlier? Damn it, another mystery. The Academy's founder has been added. Weird. Hey, there's Monokuma.
Huh? Are you serious?
No. Alright, there's another email, there's some flowers. These flowers look pixelated. Flowers on top of the desk. Plus they look strange to me. Are my eyes just tired? These letters are floating in the air, like the music room from earlier. Looks like a passage from an email someone wrote. I think it's the same one from earlier. I guess the ultimate imposter doesn't have a name. Looks like a... I guess I should read it. We understand this matter regarding the survivors. In order to safely acquire them, please do your best and continue your investigation. However, you must exercise extreme caution concerning the remnants of despair. Even though they have lost Junko Enoshima, the fact remains that they are incredibly dangerous. Even after her death, the tragedy is not ended. Perhaps there is still a leader on par with Junko Enoshima. As long as we do nothing about the remnants of despair, we will not be able to end this incident. For this reason, the remnants of despair must be immediately eliminated once they are discovered. Everything is for the sake of a shining future. Immediately eliminated? Does that mean this is in order to kill them? That doesn't sound peaceful at all. Well, I guess that's understandable. If the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is as terrible as it sounds, it's pretty much all-out war. If the remnants of despair are the ones waging that war, there's no way they'd be forgiven that easily. Remnants of despair has been added. Okay, with this, you've totally raised all the flags on this floor. Congratulations, Hajime. You shall now go on to the next stage. Next stage? That still doesn't explain why Byakuya was fat. Even if it was the imposter, why did the imposter make Byakuya fat? Not again. The hallway is different from the last time. I guess when that flag Monokuma mentioned is raised, I moved to a different hallway than the last. But how can he do that? Now's not the time to be confused by that. Thinking about it is just going to waste my energy. We're on the 3rd floor. This floor looks the coolest, but also why are there just windows everywhere? Anyway, here's the rec room. Here are the classrooms. There's windows on the floor. But there are not supposed to be windows in Hope's Peak Academy! Only 3 more statues? I think it's mentioned on the Dangan Wiki. Well, yeah, it probably is, but I'm not going to read it yet. There's a billiard table, a dartboard, and a shelf lined with magazines. It's hard to think a room like this actually exists inside a school. That's exactly what Makoto said. Why is this door, like, not there? Alright, let's read the file. It's a file with Hope's Peak Academy seal on it. It says confidential, that means this is a big secret, right? Why would an important document be here? Why am I even asking a question like that? Obviously Monokuma is responsible. Anyway, I need to confirm what's inside the file. About the Hope cultivation plan. For many years, Hope's Peak Academy has conducted rigorous research into various talents. The Hope's cultivation plan seeks to use the fruits of our labor to further that goal. And also, Tony, if you watch my Danganronpa 1 Let's Play series on YouTube, youtube.com/QBiStudios, you would know what these rooms are. With our hands, we will birth a true hope that will bring hope to the entire world. Truly, the program is the next innovation in providing the ultimate education. This plan has been the Academy's wish since its foundation, so we must succeed at all costs. What followed was a series of detailed instructions and intricate orders. Sellout. Dude. I'd have to initially have a soul and integrity to be a sellout. I always plug my own stuff. It was full of difficult technical terms, and I had no idea what any of them meant. However, the word True Hope left a strong impression on my mind for some reason. The Hope Cultivation Plan was created for the sake of birthing true hope. Hope Speak Academy was behind something like that? I don't really get it, but there's something about these words. True Hope. Huh. Doesn't sound like a real file to me. Sounds like something Nagato would write. There's a lot of different magazines here. Fashion, motorcycles, martial arts, sports, computer, travel. There's even a magazine about cameras. Maharu would have been happy to see this. This hologram again. What's this one say? It looks like another email. Regarding the report we gave you the other day, we have finally succeeded in acquiring them and have placed them in our care. Though they were all dispersed, we were successful in acquiring all 15 of them. Due to the fact that we were unable to ask them about specific details, it's unknown how they managed to survive the tragedy. It's been reported that some are wounded, so it seems certain that they survived under harsh conditions. Over the course of our detailed investigation, we've determined that they are the same age as the others. So we have decided to entrust them to the survivors of the school killing incident. As for the remnants of despair, there are still no solid leads regarding this matter, and we have no new information to report. We will continue with the investigation. Once they are discovered, we shall eliminate them immediately. Everything is for the sake of a future filled with hope. Remnants of Despair has been updated. The Survivors has been updated. It says here that they succeeded in acquiring them and have placed them in our care. That means we should have been protected by the Future Foundation, right? Then why is this happening? If the Future Foundation was protecting us, why were we forced to kill each other on the island? Well, I guess it's not possible that the Future Foundation set this all up.
What's this?
My, Hajime, if you keep worrying like that, you're gonna get a toothache and collapse. It's your fault. What is this hologram thing, anyway?
Hey!
It's exactly what it looks like. They're Future Foundation's emails. I thought they made the perfect clue, so I did a bit of hacking here and there to get them. You can even do that? Whoever's controlling you seems to possess so many talents.
No!
Well, who cares about me anyway? That's not important at all. There's no way that's not important. His true identity should connect everything to what's happening right now. A dartboard. There's a dartboard, but this is still a school, right? Or did Monokuma just randomly make up this place? Oh, never mind. Okay. Looks like I'm in a different hallway again. I'm pretty much used to it by now, but even so... What is this space? Am I dreaming or something? I mean, this is just totally disconnected from reality. This is kind of giving me vertigo. Sup, Akane?
Smells.
It's very close. Someone is coming. Akane's twitching her nose and examining her surroundings.
Based on my gut feeling.
They're definitely really close, at least that's what my gut is telling me. Now answer this with your gut. Is it an enemy or an ally? Let's see, my gut feeling is... They're both.
Yo!
He's right, they're both. Both? What do you mean?
You.
I don't know any details, it's just my gut after all. Well, that's true, I guess. And as usual, Akane has no help. This is the pool. This is really throwing me off. Sorry guys, the stream's lagging a little bit. I think Twitch is still having some issues. That's why everything's fucking upside down. Where am I going? Down this hallway? Oh. Wait. Yeah, about that. I encounter my... Nothing at the times Akane was helpful. Oh, here we go, the library. Considering everything's upside down. She beat up Nagato once, that was nice. Hey, the library's not upside down. The books like they were poorly photoshopped in the wall, though. This must be a library. Monokuma probably left something here, too. I should hurry up and find it. Hey, what's up, Adam? Can we not click on the photoshopped books? You didn't miss much considering the Twitch broke a while. Kakane helped Nagato see his dead dog, that's right. It must be another one of the Future Foundation emails. I should read it, there's no doubt that it's another clue. To Future Foundation, 14th Division, Makoto Naegi. Where are you guys? What are you doing right now? What you're doing is a serious act of treason, do you understand? Why are you protecting the remnants of despair? It should be abundantly clear to you how dangerous it is to keep these people alive. Stay calm and think about this carefully. You guys are being lied to. Think carefully about what's important to bring the light of hope to the world. The 6 of you joined the Future Foundation because you agreed with our ideals, right? The Future Foundation rescued you from the tragedy. You survived and cooperated with recovering your memories. Immediately return the remnants of despair to our headquarters. Unless we eliminate them, the tragedy will never end. Everything is for the sake of a future filled with hope. What does this mean? This email suggests that someone was trying to let the remnants of despair escape. This email is addressed to Makoto Naegi. But he's with the Future Foundation, right? Then why was he trying to protect the remnants of despair? Did he betray the Future Foundation? Are we the remnants of despair? Email to Makoto has been added. Despair has been updated. That's interesting. Either there's something else to check out in the library, or I missed something. Ah, here we go, another classroom. That was a weird entrance. Didn't I walk into a classroom? I don't really get it, but it looks like the laundry room. There's no use worrying about it, but I was in a school and now I'm suddenly in the laundry room.
No.
Tablet PC. This looks like a tablet computer. It looks like the power is on too. Is this the next clue? I picked up the tablet and immediately started examining it. Neo World program? This word, Neo World. I seem to recall hearing it and seeing it a few times already. Neo World program has another name. Psychotherapeutic Communication Simulator. The Neo World program is built with the most recent psychotherapy technology and administrative software. To develop the Neo World program, individuals such as the Ultimate Programmer, the Ultimate Neurologist, and the Ultimate Therapist were among the many talented people whose research results were utilized. That's Chiaki, right? Or no? Chiyoko. The trap girl from the first game. Anyway, by mounting a device to the cranium, the Neo World program allows its subjects to experience in a synthetic virtual world. Chihiro, that's her name. Additionally, the Neo World program has another feature. And then the Ultimate Therapist and the Ultimate Neurologist, who I believe are the people from Danganronpa 0, that I now have to buy. It can replace memories formed in the real world with information contained in the synthetic virtual world. Therefore, it is possible to undo trauma sustained in the real world through the use of the virtual world. However, this device is for psychotherapeutic purposes only, and any other use is expressly forbidden. Though it is highly effective in treating brainwashing, abusing the device risks total personality destruction. Thus, extreme care must be exercised when operating this program. Slowly, everything around me turned black. Synthetic virtual world. Program. A feeling of emptiness, like everything is being tainted. A feeling of weakness, like the world is collapsing beneath my feet. Everything is starting to make me feel meaningless. The desperate attempts, the sad goodbyes, the conflicts, the trust I felt until now, it's all disappearing until all I feel is despair. Ah! Oh. I screamed loudly, as if I was confirming the sound of my own voice. There's no way I can accept this. I'm starting to accept that. There's no way something as crazy as this actually exists.
Nice!
You gotta raise the flags more in order to clear my character route. Now then, despair is waiting for you. Impossible. This is impossible. It's all made up. Everything is all made up. Made up? Including me too? The girl in the magazine's Junko. It's from the first game. That same magazine is in the bathroom, or is in the laundry room in the first game as well.
Hiya!
Hey, how are you doing? Did you enjoy the killing school trip? By the way, do you guys remember the speech I made at the beginning? From this point on, I promise you a world that truly deserves to be called a game. You guys are the only ones watching this show who can save them. The end of the world is nigh. What you gonna do? What's gonna happen? Fucking lead speak. I'm having a seizure looking at this, but okay. Isn't it exciting? Isn't it heart-throbbing? Looking forward to it. This hallway. When we first arrived here, I walked down this hallway from the classroom to get to the gym. I don't really see a resemblance, but... Do I need to go to the gym? Nope, looks like the gym's locked. I'm 12, by the way. Hi, Sonia. Are you enjoying the Matrix?
Well,
Are you familiar with the placebo effect and the nocebo effect? Huh? The placebo effect is when your health improves after taking a fake medicine that you believe is real. And the nocebo effect is the exact opposite. Which means as long as the human brain controls all bodily functions, if the brain believes something is real, it will become real. Why would you bring that up all of a sudden?
huh? Oh my.
I'm not sure, I do not fully understand. What the heck? It's because nobody's real! Hey, Monokuma. Wait a minute. Honestly, everything's kind of fucking with me right now. The moment you discover that the truth was a lie, all hope will disappear. Register. The render will not render. No object matches name future system. The render. That's funny. I like that they put actual code in here. Yeah, nocebo is not at all what the what she was talking about, but that's okay. This is the room that started the first game. Is this floating? That's impossible. There's no way something this big would be floating like this. Well, what in the world is it? And the moment I looked at that object... Hey, Adam, read binary for me. Fujisaki Chihiro. Welcome. Welcome to the Neo World program. A person? A floating person is talking to me. Who is it? No, is this even a person in the first place? It says not female next to it. I'm not quite a person. I'm simply an artificial intelligence program. It would make me happy if you called me Alter Ego. That is the name my master gave me when he created me. It can talk. But what are you? Alter Ego? Artificial intelligence program? I am the master program behind Neo World Program. I'm responsible for creating and overseeing this world. However, only the observer has the authority to directly influence you guys. I can't actually exert much influence. In fact, my existence is one that you don't normally meet. I'm sort of like an apartment manager or something. I may oversee the entire apartment building, but I lack the power to manage individual rooms. But the virus has infected everything I'm supposed to be managing. And because of that, the world I'm managing is acting very peculiar. Hold on. My brain can't follow what you're saying. Let me gather my thoughts first. Damn it, is that feeling from earlier again? This floating. Like my feet are hovering above the floor. It's like I can't feel my feet to the ground, like I can't even believe my own existence. Hey, you should know, right? Where is this place? Tell me, what is the Neo World Program? The Neo World Program has omitted the data collection procedure for shaping the entire world as such. Only the data we collected during the experiment stage is being utilized. Specifically, that means the data detailing Jabberwock Island where this research facility is located. That is why the previous Jabberwock Island cityscape was restored. Ergo, if I am to answer your question, where is this place? The answer would be mostly Jabberwock Island. Certain portions of it are different depending on the circumstances, for example, the school you're in. It appears the space is entirely under the virus's influence. Also, that's okay. That's probably why I'm appearing before you, too. However, even without the virus, these circumstances are a bit unnatural. It seems the launch was rushed, and because of that, there wasn't enough time to collect any data. I'm sorry, I don't really know the circumstances of the outside world. After all, I'm simply the overseer of the Neo World Program. Most of its words, I understood what they meant, but I couldn't understand what was being said. There was no way for me to acknowledge it as the truth. It would make much more sense if this was a fictional world. Wait, are you saying this world is a fictional world? I feel like I can't believe what's going on here. This missing sense of reality. All the mysteries, all the truths, they're all just fiction. Is that? Even so, I need to know. I need to know what this world is. Hey, can you tell me? Can you tell me? What was the Neo World Program used for in the first place? I'll attach the first part of the stream, yeah, when it goes up on YouTube. The Neo World Program serves only one purpose. It is used to make the real world a splendid one. I guess you can say it's a program for creating hope. A program for creating hope? But the fact that we're here and the fact that we don't have our memories, that's all the program's fault, right? Deleting memory is the first step towards replacing memory. Replacing memory data is one of the features of the Neo World Program. With the installed memory control unit, it is possible to remove any time period you set it to. And from there, you upload the memories obtained in the virtual world. Removing memories of any time period you set it to. So Monokuma was right, we did lose our school memories. But why? Why us? Why were our school memories taken away? There's a reason for that, right? That is a mystery to me too. Booting the program on the survivors of Hope's Peak Academy while it's still in the experimental stage. So we're the survivors. I'm sure there was a very good reason. But unfortunately, I don't know what's happening in the outside world, I'm sorry. Are you saying we're lab rats? That's the only thing I can think of. It sounds like we're just lab rats. The Future Foundation did that to us? But they're trying to save the world, right? Or is the Future Foundation not our ally? I'm sorry, I can't provide that much help. If only I was more reliable. I wouldn't have lost my authority to a virus like this. All these new words make my head feel like it's about to burst. Can you tell me more about the Observer and that virus? Well, for this session, the Neo World program was programmed to house 15 people along with 2 monitors. 2 monitors? Yeah, they were disguised as a teacher and one of the students. They were intended to guide the participants in this way. By the way, the Observer in the teacher role has been given the authority to influence you all. But the Observer in the student role was not. They weren't given any special authority at all, so they'd seem the same as everyone else. What kind of authority does the teacher role have? As an example, the teacher creates the rules of this world and manages them. If the teacher is properly managing the rules they've created, there is no risk of abuse. But because of the virus infecting everything, that has changed. It changed the world where violence shouldn't have existed in the first place. The Neo World program would have promised eternal peace. But just like the outside world, it's become a world filled with violence and death. What is that virus? I don't really know the details behind its true identity, but that function is beyond my capabilities. No matter how much I try to stop it, it behaves as if it already knows what I'm attempting to do. In the end, it stole the portion of my abilities which contained my authority to build the world. It was like it was a grandmaster chess player. I desperately tried to fight back so it wouldn't have complete control. But even so, a portion of the world has been modified at its convenience. She's probably talking about Monokuma Rock at the Funhouse. Based on what she's saying, it sounds like she's on the receiving end of a one-sided attack. But Alter Ego should be an impressive artificial intelligence that the Future Foundation created. I can tell that just by communicating with her. Which means the supposed virus is so smart that it surpasses this Alter Ego? If so, does that virus possess an artificial intelligence just like her? Damn it, what the heck? Hajime doesn't swear ever, and it's really funny. An artificial intelligence waging an attack against another one, that's so freaking irritating. But how did that virus infect the Neo World program? The Neo World program exists in isolation. It's impossible it was infected through a network. I'm fairly certain someone physically uploaded it. Physically? Perhaps someone secretly brought an external memory drive containing the virus into the facility, and directly uploaded it into the main computer where the Neo World program is installed. Based on my calculations, that's most likely what happened. Nagito! It was brought to the Future Foundation's facility. But the only person who could have entered that facility is someone who was a member of the Future Foundation. Damn it, what am I thinking? Why am I assuming that what I just heard is the truth? Why am I assuming that everything is a lie? Observers has been added. Neo World program has been updated. But it's true that the virus is powerful and I'm completely overwhelmed by it. But I'm still able to defend the essential areas. So it has a limit too. A limit? If it took over an observer, then it has to follow the rules of an observer. Such as, in order to end the program and release everyone, I need to follow the correct procedure and...
Hey, come on now.
Okay, even if you're just a god in the machine, that's enough hints from you. If you're gonna say something more, suppose that you exist between life and death. The death of yourself is inevitable. If so, it can be parallel to the deflux based on the definition of existence that constitutes the relationship. From there, the paradigm. Change results by being cut off rapidly and causes a situation where your own existence is unobservable and... Words! Accelerates and crosses with the joint ownership of the world and the situation from the context, invites your... Death, 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 death. Death, death, death. Hey. Death, 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 death. Okay. Alright. Hey. Are we... What the heck? What just happened? You're right there, aren't you? Someone is right there, right? Huh? Who are you? Are you different from the earlier one? Maybe he can't hear my voice from this side. I'm currently talking to the world through alter ego. Ever since you guys vanished into that space, the video's feedback has been pretty disorientated. Or distorted. Holy shit. I think this is supposed to be Makoto that we're talking to now, because you can see the outline of the hoodie. But even so, we were forced to watch you this entire time. Huh? The things you guys were forced to do, we were forced to watch it. Forced to watch us? I really want to save you right away, but because of the virus interference, I couldn't. Our orders are no longer being accepted, including shutdown requests. The Neo World program is beyond our control now. In that world, that person created an independent country that doesn't accept outside interference. Can we stop with the pronoun game? But Alter Ego created an opportunity for me to speak to you directly. If this means that's working, then it means that the person I need to talk to is right there, I hope. It looks like this guy can't even hear or see me. Just who is this guy anyway? Is he our ally? Since there's no time, I'm going to say what I need to say and believe you're there listening to me. But first, I should apologize to everyone. I know apologizing won't help, but we didn't imagine something like this would happen. We never expected such an atrocious virus was lurking inside the Neo World program. But that's entirely our fault. It's our responsibility for not realizing it until it was too late. But it's not just the virus either. I can't say for sure that the program didn't have any problems in the first place. To tell you the truth, I was unsure about whether or not to run the program on you guys. But this was the only way to save you all. I wanted to save you guys. Save us? What did he want to save us from? Why would this save us? You've already seen the password to enter the graduation exam ground, right? You know, 11037. That's the number we found at Mizumi Castle. The door to the ancient ruin was supposed to open after you finished gathering all the hope fragments. From there, you guys were supposed to challenge the graduation exam. However, I prepared the password just in case something went wrong. Like I said earlier, I had my doubts that this program was perfect. Even if the chance was slim, I thought the observer might end up going rogue. That's the reason I left the 11037 password in a place where the teacher role would not be able to go. I never thought Nagato, who saw it first, would erase that password. Anyway, no shit he erased it. Nagato's fucking nuts! Anyway, I'm also the person who set the password to that number. That number contains a secret. Someone close to me left that number to save me when I was in a dilemma. Can you understand what I'm trying to say? I'm entrusting that will to you all. I've entrusted it to your future. But that person is trying to abuse the graduation exam. That person. Again with the pronouns. I'm sure they are going to crush you with despair using the graduation exam that's waiting for you. But I want you guys to endure it without giving up on hope. I want you guys to withstand it until I get there. Because I have a secret to defeat them. Does that mean he has a secret plan to defeat Monokuma? In a worst-case scenario where an observer who has the role of a teacher goes rogue, I have prepared a hidden command to use at the graduation exam site. It's the forced shutdown sequence. Even a teacher's authority can't stop that command. It's a way to end this that you guys can choose on your own independently of the observer. Which means even if they stole the teacher's authority, they shouldn't be able to stop it. If you use that, you guys will win. However, in order to start the forced shutdown sequence, you need more than half of the number of people. And in order to do that, I need to somehow get that number. Okay. What's up, Regalia Knight and Soundwave? Welcome back.
Say what?
What was that just now? Hey Hajime, what was that weirdness just now? Nothing really. I see. Oh well, anyway, that's all the hints you're gonna get. If that no-good artificial intelligence tells you any more useless stuff, I'm gonna butt in again. Did Monokuma not notice what just happened? It's been a while since I've spoken at length, but it was important to talk to you. It was worth waiting a long time here. Hey, about that guy just now. There shouldn't be anything else for you to ask me. I see. It'd be bad if Monokuma overheard us. That means Monokuma doesn't know about the conversation I had with that guy just now. You guys have a weapon, a very powerful weapon. It all depends on how you guys use that weapon. The only thing I can do is prevent the virus's invasion with all my might so you guys can use that weapon. The rest is up to you. Do your best. Hey, what's up, Jesper? But what do we have to do our best at? The mystery is getting solved. I'm finally starting to see the truth. But what are we supposed to do with that truth when that truth is really a lie? We know we're working towards a conclusion that nobody wants to hear. But still, do we really need to work hard and do our best? Is there really a reason to do our best? If everything was a lie, then isn't everything just meaningless? Played Xbox 360 with Sam back in the day. I mean, that's one way to describe it. Jesper also uploaded a grand total of 4 videos to my YouTube channel. It's the same for the killings too. Even though we had to experience something as painful as that, something as tragic as that, wouldn't all that be meaningless too? When the world is flipped over and becomes so irrational, what am I supposed to do? 11037 has been added. Shutdown sequence has been added. There's supposed to be a window here, right? Is my memory wrong or something? Maybe there were never any windows and this is actually right. Also, what's with everyone saying Weibo today?
I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall we just plunge right in? It's time for the long-awaited graduation exam!
I think Jesper didn't continue because he didn't like the game.
Please enter the red door located on the first floor of Hope's Peak Academy! See you soon!
A red door, huh? It's just a waste of time thinking about what this all means right now. For now, I need to finish this. I need to just focus on that. I can't see shit. Oh, here's the red door. Here we go. This is probably it. He means this red door, right? Do I just have to go in here? If I do that, will this be finished? This isn't an elevator. I can't look from left to right, I can only look up and down. Yeah, sure, man, we'll do the trial today. This place.
Yo.
Looks like everyone's here.
Damn right.
It seems that this is going to be the final place.
However,
This place is... Is this a trial field? But why is it a trial field? It sure looks like a trial ground, but the vibe is way different than the one from before. We've been here before, right? Yeah, this should be the place that the door at the ancient ruins leads to. It seems pretty strange that we've been in that other building up till now.
Damn it.
It's like we're dreaming or something. If this is a dream, then this too is very...
Welcome!
So you finally arrived. Congratulations. You guys are the first ones to ever beat this game. After stopping by Hope's Peak Academy, you finally come back to this place. To the graduation exam site within the ancient ruins of Jabberwock Island. You can give it a fancy name like graduation exam site, but it's no different than the trial ground from before.
Stupid fool.
This trial field actually inspired the one from before, so in a way, this place is the original.
Hey,
Who cares? This graduation exam means we can finally go home, right?
Of course.
If that's what you guys decide. And if we have to decide, what do we have to do?
Now then.
Please take a look at the LCD touch panel built into your seats. Compared to the other trials, the rules are much simpler this time.
Yes,
There are
indeed.
2 options, graduate and repeat, right? You just have to choose one of them and press it. All of you will cast your vote, and whichever one has the majority will be considered your final decision. If you don't press either of them, it will be treated as an absence and will not be counted.
In other words,
Which means everyone who has died up till now will have their votes treated as absences.
then
Then the result is based on our majority vote. If graduate is chosen by a majority vote, from there an event that's kind of like a graduation ceremony called the graduation program will begin. Even if we do this stupid majority vote, the result is already pretty damn obvious. Let's move this along. We can press it now, right?
no.
You can't do that yet. I mean, your resolve hasn't been firmed yet, right? Your will to be swept away by society's harsh current?
Shut up! Shut
Who
up!
the hell cares? I'm gonna press it.
What's this?
My, which of your orifices are you using to spew bile? To participate in the graduation program, you need my final say as your teacher, you know? What does that mean it won't end with just a majority vote?
That's right.
After the vote, I'm going to judge every single one of you to see if it's okay for you to graduate or not.
Damn it.
So even if we vote, you're saying we won't graduate unless you acknowledge it.
Well,
I'm terribly sorry for being rude earlier.
No
But you don't have to
way.
worry, there's no way I won't acknowledge your graduations. This is merely a formality. I'm just doing it because that's how it has to be. He's doing it because that's how it has to be. It doesn't mean he can't exert his will over everything. He too has a limit. Is this what Alter Ego was talking about?
Anyway.
Even if you don't want to do it, you guys still need to do it to solve the mystery. Afterward, you cast your majority votes, and from there we can move on to the graduation program. But why do we even have to go through something so dumb? Well, that is... You said you were waiting for the main cast, right? Which means you're just stalling for time, then. Who's the main cast? No need to worry about it. It has nothing to do with you guys.
That is
There is no way it has nothing to do with us. We're the only ones involved, you know?
so annoying.
It doesn't matter if you're involved or not. You're just a bunch of chumps in the big picture. That's why it has nothing to do with you. Just perform your roles without complaining.
Pissed me off.
What's with that chump comment?
I can't ignore that.
Not that it's important or anything, but make sure you turn off that toy.
I won't forgive you.
How dare you treat him like a toy?
What's this?
I did treat it like a toy. You got a problem with that? I created everything. You're actually picking a fight with me? I'm basically a god. Just how promising can you guys be? I guess this is just the nature of life. Fine then, before you die, sear my power into your memories. Hello, world. Did we get any more skills? We didn't. Whoops. Let's do this shit.
I did say I wanted you guys to know the outside world, but this is still a questionable starting topic. Let me ask you this. What is this world's true identity?
this world's true identity? What kind of question is that?
Everyone says buy skills, but I got enough. This world's true identity. If I answer this, it will be true, and that lie will become the truth. But there's no way I can leave it unanswered. Hangman's Gambit. I fucking hate this! What kind of world? Nope. Virtual. I'm really glad we started off with Hangman's Gambit. Fuck you. L. Hey, fuck. It's just A's. It's just A's! Fucking hate Hangman's Gambit.
This world. This Jabberwock Island we're on.
It's a virtual world.
I was supposed to answer it!
The actual Jabberwock Island.
Akuma, you ruined it. Why did I even do the game if you were just gonna fucking say it?
Hey!
So, this isn't the real world, but if you want, you can call it the game world. You get it? It's all just one big game. Are you friggin' serious?
Don't fucking mess with me, you bastard! Did you have us all come here just to tell us bullshit? If this is a game, are my words being displayed in a text window right now?
Oh, I just realized that the text is back to the way the first game was as well. And no one's name is in the stupid fucking corner thing. Hopefully dead in Danganronpa 3.
It's even possible.
I know. The all-in-your-mind trope makes you feel such cruel despair.
No, not really.
But who cares? I revived all the suspense and mystery with just one line. 'Cause it's a game.
Then we were forced to kill each other.
'Cause it's a game.
A lot of crazy shit happened.
'Cause it's a game.
We're the only people here.
Don't say 'cause it's a game.
'Cause it's a game.
Monokuma's nonsensical ability.
'Cause it's a game!
'Cause it's a game.
Don't fuck with me! That's not even possible!
'Cause it's a game!
I know you guys are pissed, but you were having fun too, right? A world where anything goes only exists in games. So just force yourself to accept it. This closed space, this game world, was the true stage of this killing school.
It's just a prank, bro.
Just stop. There's no way I'm gonna believe that.
Back in the day, people must have reacted the same way when they first saw the airplane take flight. But like wearing contact
Why, you have to be mad. I love that clip.
Strange once you just get used to it.
Please do not compare reality to contact lenses.
I mean, if this really is a virtual world, what does that make us?
Tron.
You better not say we're fictional characters.
The Future Foundation created this world using a program called the Neo World Program. It's programmed to place the user
It's
in
actually the
virtual
Matrix.
world by synchronizing directly with the user's brain.
Bwam. And we're in the Matrix, but this is more like the third
Which
movie.
means your body still exists in the real world. But right now, you're completely submerged in the game world, as if you're dreaming or something. Simply put, you're, you know, not aviators, but...
You mean Avatar, right? An existence created in the game is a copy of the user's real body.
But we're not just regular avatars, right?
Your avatars were constructed by removing a specific thing from your bodies in the real world.
What did you remove?
Memories. The specific thing that was removed from our bodies, he's definitely talking about our school memories.
I see!
What was removed from us was our school memories, right?
You mean we're avatars that were created from our memories from before we entered the academy?
So that's why we don't have our memories of our lives at Hope's Peak Academy? Don't Don't talk like that.
Akane, who's already pretty dumb's mind's currently exploding because this is a complex subject.
Like we're made from memories of the past. Like we're avatars. Like this is a game world.
Akane is actually going to die in this trial, and there's just going to be foam coming out of her mouth as her brain fucking short circuits.
How'd we end up talking about sci-fi crap? I'll never believe it.
How many times do I have to tell you? It's not sci-fi, it's a game!
This world is a virtual reality created by a computer program. We can't proceed if we don't accept it. Is believing him really the only thing we can do? Make your argument.
Is there any evidence that this is really a game world?
You are the evidence!
What does that mean?
Your avatar's made of memories from before you entered the school! But your actual bodies in the real world are different. Though you have no memories of your time living your school life, your real bodies actually lived that life.
What game world? What avatar? I'm a human being with a real body!
Fuck, shot the wrong thing.
Crap!
What do I hit with this? It's probably the Neo World
This is
program,
really
right?
a game world?
You are the evidence.
What does that mean?
Your avatars, but your actual, though you have no, your real bodies.
What game world? What avatar? I'm a human being with a real
Wait,
body!
do we have... Do we have the newspaper evidence?
Is there any evidence that this is really a game world?
You are
Oh, list of subjects. Yeah, that's right. Okay. I wish it said newspaper, but
your
yeah.
avatars, but your actual, though you have no, your real bodies actually.
What game world? What avatar? I'm a human being with a real body!
Oh, yeah, this chat's right. Why the fuck would I ever agree with Akane on anything ever in any trial?
Is there any evidence?
You are the, what does that mean? Your avatars, but your actual, though you have no memories of your real bodies actually.
There we go.
That must be it.
Consent with Monokuma. No fucking thanks.
Earlier, in the teacher's lounge, I found this strange newspaper clipping. There's a picture of Hyoko, but she looked more like an adult than the Hyoko we knew.
She looked like a girl that we wouldn't have ignored every chapter during free time and would have actually talked to.
Like an adult? What does that mean?
Since we're avatars right now, we look exactly as we did before we entered the school. But in the real world, we've already lived out our school lives. Which means we've grown that much older. And among us, some age so much we didn't recognize them.
And you are saying that happened to Hyoko?
Considering she looked like a toddler, then yeah, she's the only one that would drastically change in 2 years.
It appears Hyoko had a growth spurt during the school year. Looks like the other shorty graduated for Yuhiko.
Wrecked. We ignored Hyoko because she was mean to Mikan. I didn't like her.
I can't believe that. You're just making shit up.
But if you guys only had memory loss, your bodies still should have grown during that time, right? So you should have felt your bodies go through growth spurts. But why didn't you guys recognize each other?
Because we did not know each other before we lost our memories.
If we all met after we lost our school memories, it's no different than meeting each other for the first time. Since we didn't know each other before that, we wouldn't have noticed how much we've all grown.
No, hold on. If we didn't know each other before, we wouldn't have known if we aged or not by looking at each other. Then wouldn't he have noticed the difference?
Crap!
Wait, what? Oh. Fuyuhiko, because he knew us before.
You're the only one!
There we go.
Hey, Fuyuhiko, you knew Peko for a long time, right?
Yeah, now that you mention it. Seems weird. No, now that I think about it, it's definitely strange.
Strange? What is?
Our school memories. About how many days' worth were taken away.
As the creators of the Neo World program, only the future Foundation would know the details, but around 2 or 3 years worth, I assume.
That long? Peko and I have seen each other almost every single day of our lives. If we lost 2 years worth of memories, we would have noticed that we were older than we remembered.
So, does that mean our memory loss is another one of Monokuma's lies?
Your refusal to accept your mutual memory loss is why you can't notice all the important parts.
Yeah, it's...
You've lost your memories, end of story. You guys are avatars who had their memories taken from them.
This is a virtual world, and we're virtual avatars. Are you saying we just have to accept that?
Yes.
I can feel my heartbeat, and I know what I smell like. So what do you call these things I'm feeling? Are you saying these are all lies?
Okay, Akane.
Just because it's a game doesn't mean everything was a lie.
Like the cake.
Have you heard that when you're hypnotized to believe you've been burned, a burn mark will really appear?
So if our brains believe something is real, it's no different than if it actually happened?
Now that you mention it, I did hear about a phenomenon quite similar to that. In a distant country, there was a certain experiment carried out on one of their prisoners. The prisoner was blindfolded, strapped to a bed, and had small wounds applied to his toes to drain his blood. That prisoner was left alone in the experiment room as the sound of dripping blood echoed throughout the room. But in fact, his blood was not being drained. He was just forced to listen to the sound of dripping water, but he believed he was bleeding to death. However, in spite of that, the prisoner still died.
As expected of Miss Sonia. Your knowledge of state-sanctioned torture is amazing.
Yeah.
If a lie is a believable lie, you're saying it might become the truth?
I mean, yeah, that's the placebo effect that Sonia mentioned earlier.
We're really just connected to machines and stuff. And our consciousness was uploaded into here. So we genuinely believe that this game world was real.
Then, the Jabberwock Island we've been living on.
Of course, that's also a virtual world. That sea, that beach, the buildings, everything. It's all a virtual world created by the Neo World program. It's just like this space we're in right now. What we see before us is a virtual environment created by the program. It looks real because our brains think it's real.
But what about our eyes? That's why, in the end... Ooh. It was all just a creation. That's the truth. What's my guess on the mastermind? Is there a mastermind this time? Do you mean like who's Monokuma right now? The truth is it was all a lie. I liked Bullet's explanation of placebo. I am a psychology student, so I will understand the psychological effects of things like that. I guess my guess of the mastermind is that Junko's not really dead. Or Nagito. That is this world's truth.
If everything's a lie, then what should we believe?
Who cares if it's a lie?
Hey, what are you getting at?
I mean, if this is really a game world, everything that happened here took place inside the game, right?
Then that must mean...
That's right. The killings we were forced to commit were part of some silly game. Everyone who was killed should still be alive in the real world.
Can't wait for this crushing despair, which is about to be. But everyone who lost their consciousness died.
Oh yeah. Just because they died in the virtual world doesn't mean they died in real life.
So you were saying
Because they
everyone's
believed
still
they
alive?
died, they actually died. See ya.
Yeah, that's it. Isn't that right, Monokuma? What's so funny?
If a lie is a believable lie, it might become the truth.
Yep.
That's what you said earlier, Fuyuhiko.
Don't tell me. You mean...
The Neo World program isn't just any game. It's next-gen software containing the ultimate reality. And speaking of that reality, if a player's avatar experiences death, their brains inside their actual bodies will stop functioning too!
What?
Brutal. Savage. I mean, hamsters can absolutely think. They have a brain.
Then, everyone who died...
It's not like their bodies are completely dead, so I can't say it's a true death, but
Personalities are gone.
that's why it's actually crueler instead. All that's left of them are empty husks.
Are you saying they will never awaken again?
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Well, nobody's gonna appreciate a game where you don't die when you're supposed to, right?
What game? That's not what we risked our lives for.
If you want to be mad, please be mad at the Future Foundation. They're forcing you to play this game.
Are they?
Future Foundation? The people from the Future Foundation made us play this sick game? Everything was their doing?
Akane's just eating the bait. Everything Akane hears, she's like, yup, or nope.
Then Monomi and Chiaki were...
They betrayed the Future Foundation to protect us. And then, we were taken out.
See. So our real enemy is the Future Foundation.
The Future Foundation is our real enemy. Is that it? Is that really it? Shout out to the 8-bit class trial song. Alright, what's the bullet this time? Probably Remnants of Despair.
The Neo World program was developed by... the Future Foundation, right?
The ones who trapped us in here. It's all the Future Foundation's doing, right?
And the enemy is the Future Foundation. I mean, a group that would make a killing game. There's no way they're good guys.
Then the Future Foundation is... truly an organization of evil.
Who's our enemy? Is the Future Foundation? No.
The Neo World program was developed by... the Future Foundation, right?
The ones who trapped... It's all the Future
And the enemy is the... I mean,
A group that would make a killing game.
Fuck.
Crap.
Never mind, it's not
The Neo
Remnants of
World
Despair.
program was developed by...
Let's try this one. Nope, okay, it's not this one either.
Crap.
What were my things again?
The Neo World program was developed by...
Hope Cultivation
Future
Plan?
Foundation, right?
Maybe?
ones who trapped... It's all the Future...
and the enemy is the Future...
I'm gonna shoot at this
A group
one
that would
just
make a
because.
killing game.
Yep, that's not it. I didn't think that was it, but I wanted to reset the conversation. I think the Hope Cultivation Plan is what I need to shoot.
The Neo World program was developed by...
Nope, okay, never mind. I don't know what the fuck I'm arguing here. I don't think there's a
Neo
bullet about the
World program
virus.
was developed by... the Future Foundation, right?
The ones who trapped us in here. It's all the Future Foundation.
What are the bullets again? Reserve department? No. Not the tragedy, not the ultimate despair. Well, that's not one of the tips I can use. Try Neo World program. Didn't I do that? I thought I did try that. Oh no, I tried Remnants of Despair, that's right.
And the enemy is the Future Foundation.
I just didn't think it would be Neo World program again because... Wait, why can't I move my mouse? Oh, it's because my mouse died. Rest in peace, mouse.
Then the Future Foundation
I have a battery right here though, so that's good. Okay, there we go. Rip mouse.
The Neo World program was developed by...
Nope, shoot the other thing.
The Neo World the Future
The ones who trapped us, it's all the Future Foundation.
And the enemy is the Future
a group that would make it.
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
Originally, in the world created by the Neo World program, a concept like violence never existed.
Then why is there killing going on?
Kane.
The virus that invaded this program is forcing us to kill each other.
Could it be that virus is...
Monokuma?
You're right. Until Monokuma appeared, this island was giving off a really peaceful vibe.
Yeah. It didn't get weird until Usami was remodeled as Monami.
Monami. What sort of role did such a lost girl like her have in this world? Hey, don't change the subject.
That's also something we need to clear up. Monami or Usami's role that she had in this world was... observer.
I see.
She was the observer of the Neo World program. Isn't that right?
That's right. She was an NPC that was assigned the role of observer.
Kane is thick as her body. Yeah, you right.
NPC? What's that?
Non-player character.
Non-player character.
Oh, thanks.
A character that's not controlled by a person. It's different from avatars like us.
Monami's existence was created entirely by the program, just to monitor the 15 of you.
Please wait. Did you just say 15 people?
Yeah.
Have you forgotten how to count? We're 16 people in total.
Chiaki was an observer.
He was probably excluding the other observer.
Huh? Another observer?
The Future Foundation's other observer was referring to...
I see.
It does all make sense why Gamer Girl was the traitor, and it's exactly what I said. She was still a good guy. It was just the traitor as defined by Monokuma.
One of them was Monami, and the other one was...
Could it have been Chiaki?
Yeah, you're right.
You're saying Chiaki was an NPC?
So you're saying she was just a program? And she didn't actually exist in real life?
Then she wasn't human?
What? She didn't exist at all. Not human? There you go, Adam. Just gotta drop in chat every once in a while while you play Ark for some reason. Because it's apparently still 2015.
No, that's not it. Chiaki was really alive. Even if she was a virtual existence, she was really alive. Did you forget? She saved our lives, you know?
Don't get all mushy towards a game character.
Excuse me.
Shut up!
Plus, she wasn't just a little game character. She was a lackey for the detestable World Ender.
World Ender?
Now that you mention it, you referred to the Future Foundation by that name before.
That just means it was all a bluff, right? So we think that the Future Foundation was our enemy.
Do not joke about the world ending.
It's already over. Sorry, sweet cheeks.
No, there's no doubt that the Future Foundation is also World Ender. At least for those of us here.
For everyone who's here.
Hey, what do you mean, those of us here? Why are you lumping us with you?
It's just a bluff.
Monokuma, what exactly are you? Don't you just show us your true self already?
What, you can't talk?
It is cowardly of you to just ignore us.
Before I reveal my true identity to you guys, it appears the main cast has finally arrived.
Huh?
Main cast.
Speaking of which, this guy is a member of World Ender.
What? World Ender?
Dramatic reveal. Well, it's taking a little bit longer than I thought, but Makoto!
It's not the Future Foundation's fault. Rather, the fault lies with you guys.
Ouch. Whoops.
All right, I was waiting for you, Makoto. You finally arrived.
Makoto?
My name is Makoto Naegi. Like you, I'm also a former student of Hope's Peak Academy.
What's up?
And right now, I'm a member of the Future Foundation.
You are from the Future Foundation?
Why did someone like you suddenly show up?
I got it. You came to save us, right? Then hurry up and save us! Hey, what happened?
It doesn't sound like, that doesn't look like a I'm gonna save you expression. What is this? He's acting a bit strange. This guy's attitude, it's as if he's being cautious of us.
Of course, I don't mind rescuing you guys. But before that, you all need to fully accept the situation you're in.
The situation we're in?
Why do you think the Future Foundation decided to put you guys into the Neo World program?
Who cares? Hurry up and get us out of here!
Shut up, Kazuchi.
The Neo World program has another name. The Hope Restoration Program.
That's a different name than the Hope Cultivation Program. Hope Restoration Program?
By now, you should understand your true identity.
Our true identities?
Aren't we the 15 survivors of Hope's Peak Academy who were rescued by the Future Foundation?
Before you arrived here, Monokuma should have shown you guys some clues. Put them all together and try thinking about it.
Put it together and think. Logic dive. Also, Makoto didn't age because that would have required. I went into that when I wanted to hit the speed boost thing. But anyway, Makoto did. You gotta be kidding me. Makoto didn't age because the game would have required. Ah, shit. I can't make that jump. Are you fucking with me? He didn't age because that would have required them to make a new sprite for him. With which they did not. He's using the same sprite as the first game. Ah, shit. Question 1. Who were the 15 survivors of Hope's Peak Academy? Hajime and the others. Because Makoto and the others were not survivors. They all had to kill. Well, I guess technically they were. But they had to kill each other. Motherfucker. It's the prisms. You can ask the next question. Who are the remnants of despair? Monokuma. LOL when it's Makoto and the others. Only 6 people survived the first game, correct. Makoto and the others? No, we're the remnants of despair, probably. I was correct the first time. Damn it. Ah, that's why we're being protected. I said that during that one email. I should have stuck to my gut again. Then I doubted myself. We're being brainwashed into being the good guys again or some shit, right? That's interesting. Question 3. Why were Hajime and the others put into the Neo World program? To recover from despair. Interesting.
It's all coming together. Could it be the survivors of Hope's Peak Academy and the remnants of Ultimate Despair are...
Yes, both of those phrases refer to you guys.
Oh shit.
That's right. Not only are you guys the survivors of Hope's Peak Academy,
You're also survivors of Ultimate Despair!
we're all Ultimate Despair?
Well shit. I guess that means I was wrong about Hajime being Ultimate Hope.
don't be stupid! In the beginning, we took in 15 of you as survivors of Hope's Peak Academy. But upon further investigation, we discovered an unbelievable truth. The 15 people we acquired were actually the horrifying remnants of despair.
That was us?
What is this ultimate despair?
I remember hearing that they're dangerous guys who are responsible for terrorism, coup d'etats, and wars. Yes, they're responsible for the tragedy and brought chaos into the world.
I mean, Fuyuhiko makes sense as one of those people.
Despair and
Wow, that's an image.
but utterly devoid of humanity. That's what you guys really are.
Oh shit.
The ultimate despairs don't care about principles or morals. They just spread despair everywhere they go. They live solely to torment everything, to burn everything, to kill everything.
And that's what you guys do.
We're part of a dangerous group like that?
So how are remnants different from the ultimate despair, says Anarchy? Remember how Junko provided the influence that made people do horrible things. Ultimate despair would be Junko, and then the remnants of despair would be the people who kept being despair after she died. I believe.
That's gotta be a lie!
Here's Akane again.
That's right. There's no way. There's no way we're all Ultimate Despair.
Well, shit. I mean, Hajime is the one reserve student. They're the one that started it all.
Nagito probably did what he did because he managed to learn the unbelievable truth.
And it's the opposite of why... Okay, so the opposite reason of why Nagito did what he did is true. Not what I thought.
Nagito, why are you bringing him up all of a sudden?
He's the only one who knew this truth before you guys! It was a special prize for clearing the final dead room!
Shit.
Was it that file that contained all our student profiles? But inside...
But unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be any details. Details? Details about our missing memories, information about the time we spent at Hope's Peak Academy. If it's not written in there, these profiles might have been written before we entered the academy.
No, it used to have profiles from after you entered the school, but Nagito destroyed them before you saw it.
Technically, he was trying to kill for good, because he thought we were all despair.
know something like that.
Anyway, it's the absolute truth that the file had profiles about you guys after you entered the school. And after Nagito obtained the file and learned the truth, what did he try to do to you guys?
Nagito learned the truth. What did he try to do to us? Are you telling us to answer that? Hangman's Gambit. What the fuck? Can't I just get the multiple choice question? Kill us all. I don't know. Oh, maybe that actually is it. Are you kidding me? Where's the K then? Maybe that's not it. What's A? Okay, no. I assume it's kill us. There's the K, finally. I don't like that it doesn't always have the letter you need on screen. That's what's frustrating about this game. Where's an I, please? Don't make this more difficult than it needs to be. I need an I. Thank you. Damn it! I need another L. Now I need a U. This is fun. Just spawn the letter I need. U. Thank you. And then us. Now I need A. This is fun. I'm glad they put this minigame into the game. I'm having fun. This is a fun minigame. Brought to you by the developers of Danganronpa 2. Oh, there's an L. I spaced out because I was training the game.
He tried to kill everyone except for the traitor.
That's right. After seeing the file, you learned that everyone, including him, was ultimate despair. And he tried to kill everyone except the traitor.
Did Nagito try to kill us because we were ultimate despair?
Yes, because of his love for hope and his hatred toward despair. I sort of understand that.
Oh, Jesus.
Don't mess with us. Why do we have to be treated like the bad guys?
Because we are the bad guys.
There must be some kind of mistake. There's no way we're ultimate despair.
I don't need a twist like that.
It might seem unbelievable because you guys only have memories from before you entered the school. But it all happened at Hope's Peak Academy. You were tainted by ultimate despair because at Hope's Peak Academy, you were in contact with her.
Her?
The true ultimate despair. Junko Enoshima.
Yep.
She strongly influenced you all during your time at the school. And that's why you became ultimate despair. In order to remove that influence, you've been placed into the Hope Restoration Program.
Is that why you took away our school memories?
The reason you're able to act like your normal selves is because you're within the Neo World program. But your true bodies in the real world are different. In the real world, you're part of a group that cruelly destroyed your family, friends, and even your own body.
Uh-oh. So that means we're not gonna look too good.
Family, friends, and our own bodies. Aren't you exaggerating a bit?
Nope.
He's right. There's no way we do something like that.
Don't turn away from the truth!
What was that just now? A memory. But That person, that was Nagato, right? So Hajime was the guy who was being a dick to Nagato. Vision of Nagato has been added. Now Nagato's appearance in Ultra Despair Girls should make sense. It's made sense for a while. That's why I've kind of had that feeling of what was happening. But yeah, this should make it clear to everyone who hasn't watched Ultra Despair Girls. Or seen, or played the game. Which I'll probably eventually do a stream of once that game finally comes out in the US on PC.
It appears you've remembered a little.
Huh?
Now, face what you've done. And from there, you will finally take your first steps on the path to hope.
I don't think it comes out late summer in North America. No, I have no intention of spoiling Ultra Despair Girls. The only spoiler, I guess, I'll say
There's
is
obviously some kind of mistake.
Nagato is in it, but that's not really a spoiler.
There's no way we're ultimate despair.
Because you're all ultimate despair. You killed your friends and family. And you even destroyed your own bodies.
The Vision?
How can you say we did all that?
We're being tricked. We're being tricked by the Future Foundation!
Yeah, okay, Kane.
Doubt, hope. How much despair is within you guys?
I need to organize the information. If I organize it, I'll probably be able to.
There's obviously some kind of mistake. There's no
Is
way
it
we're
really?
ultimate despair.
I assumed because it takes place between 1 and 2, I was supposed to watch it.
Despair.
Whoops.
You killed your friends and
That's
family.
why I did it.
And you even destroyed your own bodies. That must be it.
That memory I felt was actually a memory from the real world. What Nagito did was... he cut off his own arm and transplanted a woman's arm?
Okay, well, I'm still gonna watch the 3rd anime after I complete this game, but I guess I did the order wrong. That kinda sucks.
Not just any woman's arm. It was the late Junko Enoshima's arm. What did you say? He probably thought that by becoming one with Junko Enoshima, he could make her survive within it.
I don't get this at all.
The ultimate despairs defy understanding. They have no problem severing their own limbs.
I am terribly sorry. I do not feel so well. Where's the bathroom?
It's just a game anyway.
Well, what's the proper way to watch the DR3?
I'm pretty sure a select few would demand that.
It's too soon to feel sick. It's not even the worst thing the ultimate despairs have done.
I assumed proper way was the order, because...
continuous fasting in order to reach the despair of starvation. Others gave their own families to Junko just to perform killing experiments on them.
Ugh.
Not just that. After Junko's death,
That looks like
countless
Chiaki's
people
parents.
by forcing them to commit suicide.
Not Chiaki. Whatever. The ultimate programmer.
One person even implanted one of Junko's eyes into their own socket. Perhaps they wanted to see her despair?
Both in a second and so on. Okay. I'll look up an order guide for that.
And not just that. Some even tried to have children with Junko's dead body.
Oh, that's the worst one. What the fuck?
Just stop! That's just a bullshit story. That's obviously bullshit!
Ugh.
So you feel despair toward yourselves in the real world. I understand that feeling. But there's no need to worry. If you just advance toward the hope I provide, you'll definitely be safe.
Because he is the ultimate hope.
Save?
This is it. Makoto, say you're the ultimate hope.
Of course. That's my purpose, after all. That's why the Neo World program was created, too.
Yeah, it's gross and all, but who was it? I vote Soda. Yeah, you're right. Who was it?
You put us inside this program so that you can save us?
Essentially, your cohabitation inside the Neo World program was just a simulation. If we remove the memories of your time at Hope's Peak Academy, would it also remove your ultimate despair? So, you're saying this was like a test? I guess I can say that the test was a success. Even though it deviated greatly from the original plan of graduating after gathering the Hope fragments. Nevertheless, you guys were able to overcome your unexpected trials and make your way here.
Oh yeah, Mafia Boy took her eye. That would make sense.
That's why all you need to do is choose graduate.
If we do that, we can get out of here?
However, if you graduate from here, your school memories will never return.
If you choose to graduate, and the observer determines that there are no problems, you will complete the Hope Restoration program, and your avatar will be uploaded into your real body.
Uploaded?
It means by uploading our avatar's memories into our bodies, we're also forcibly erasing our past selves. That's why it's called the Hope Restoration Program. Then what's the Hope Cultivation Program? So that is the Neo World Program.
Hey, what happens to the people whose avatars died? If an avatar that needs to be uploaded has been deleted, there's nothing we can do.
So you're saying they'll never wake up?
God damn it! Damn fucking shit!
Ahem. Please take a look at this flip book for a quick rundown of your
Wait,
options.
Hina's not in this game, so why would she starve to death?
If you choose graduate, it'll transfer your in-game memories, but your school memories will be gone forever.
Shit.
Unfortunately, the people who have already died will not be able to wake up.
Do we get a choice?
Just a thought. What will happen if we do not choose to graduate?
Yeah, but she wasn't in this game, so why would she? She's not an ultimate despair. You mean Akane? She wasn't one of the ultimate despairs because she's in the first game.
You'll just have to continue living your tropical life.
Hey, why you gotta ask something like that?
Well, even if we wake up in the real world, we are all rather messed up, right? If that is the case, then maybe staying on this island is...
What are you saying? Haven't we been working this hard just to escape from here? You don't have to force yourself to return to a painful reality. Let's just play this game forever and ever!
Don't be ridiculous. If I stay in this screwed up world any longer, I'm seriously gonna snap.
But still, is it really okay to sacrifice the others just to save ourselves?
You're asking that now? If we don't get out of here now, then what was everything we've done up till now even for?
You're right. We've been trying desperately to survive until we can finally leave this place. If we don't get out of here now, all the deaths we've endured will be in vain. I know this, but something's not right. How come Monokuma isn't trying to stop us? Is he just going to stay quiet and overlook us getting out of this game world? Then everything Monokuma did would be pointless too. Not only that, is it really okay for us to believe him? Should we get out, or...
I see! ...
Wait, we have some time to decide?
Did you get scared like Sonia?
No, it's not that. Don't you think this is a little strange?
I wonder if there was an alternate ending there if I did the get out thing.
Strange. You still don't understand? Normally, ultimate despairs like you guys would just be abandoned. But I'm telling you, I'm here to help. You should be thankful for how open-minded the Future Foundation is.
It's true. Something about this doesn't seem right.
Makoto, what has happened to you?
Maybe maybe him being ultimate hope is still a dream.
Just listen to the Future Foundation. The Future Foundation is the world's hope, you know?
I knew it. So I thought, there's something wrong with you.
Hope cultivation program should be a thing, right? Yeah, hope cultivation plan. Or the email to Makoto. Well, let's listen to the thing.
I said I'm going to save you guys. Why aren't you listening to me?
Let's do what he says and get out of here. I mean, the Future Foundation's the good guys, right?
And apparently, we are actually the bad guys.
It's fine to trust him, right? The Future Foundation is the world's hope. No one can defy the Future Foundation. It's foolish to even think about.
That doesn't sound like stuff Makoto would say.
I said I'm going to save you guys.
Why aren't you listening?
Defy would be the email to Makoto Naegi.
It's fine to trust the Future Foundation. No one can defy the Future Foundation. No, that's wrong.
Hold on. Did you say it's foolish to defy the Future Foundation? Then how do you explain your actions?
My favorite part is when chat gives me the answer after I already figured it out. It's like a race that I gotta figure stuff out before chat says what to do.
My actions?
I saw it. The email that the Future Foundation sent to you.
To the Future Foundation, 14th Division, Makoto Naegi. Where are you guys? What are you doing right now? What you're doing is a serious act of treason, do you understand? Why are you protecting the remnants of despair? It should be abundantly clear to how dangerous it is to keep these people alive. Stay calm and think about this carefully, you guys are being lied to. Think carefully about what's important to bring the light of hope to the world. The 6 of you joined the Future Foundation because you agreed with our ideals, right?
And that
Yeah,
email,
wait a bit, I think the
Makoto
delayed...
defied the Future Foundation to protect the remnants of despair.
Anyway, I would say the delay is probably like 20 or 30 seconds. And probably wait till I say what the fuck am I supposed to do here before you tell me what to do.
This clearly contradicts what this person is saying.
Wrecked, Makoto. Or should I say, Nagito.
Is that email for real? The Future Foundation tried to kill us?
Hold on! We'll deal with that later.
Why?
Hey, Monokuma. Those clues we found were all real, right?
Gasp!
And that's not the only contradiction. What this Makoto person is saying also contradicts what we've already been told. Essentially, I cannot guarantee that there are no issues with this program. To tell you the truth, I wasn't sure whether or not to run the program on you guys. But this was the only way to save you. I wanted to protect you. Dude, you always gotta blame Nagito. To me, those words seemed much more real. If so, the person in front of us is...
Tell me, Makoto Naegi, who are you?
Who is he? Simply put, he's Makoto Naegi, who's known for being a cutie patootie!
I'm not asking you. I'm asking...
You insolent fool! If you're saying he's not Makoto, then show me some proof!
Why would you back up Makoto? You hate Makoto. He's trying to interfere, then. To prove whether that Makoto Naegi is real or not, I'm gonna shove that in his face. Yeah, where is Adam when you need him to blame Nagito? Oh, god damn it, not panic talk action.
I can't hear you!
Stop, stop.
Better luck next time! What? What do you want?
How am I missing? What's happening?
Punishment is waiting for you. You're getting all riled up. What are you even talking about? Enough already. That's impossible.
I hate this game.
Proof.
I hate this game.
Are you sure about this? I'm not listening.
I hate this game. Okay, now I can just do.
Are you sure about this? What are you even talking about? I can't hear you. Better luck next time. What do you want? Punishment is
Thanks, Adam.
waiting for you. You're getting all
I'm just
riled
using
up.
my fact that my concentration bar is massive to just bullshit my way through this.
Enough already. That's impossible. Proof.
Did it!
You insolent fool.
11037.
Then show.
This is the end.
Sam admitted you'll never be a drummer. No, absolutely not.
Makoto Naegi, that's who you really are. Then tell me this. Why did you make the password to Nezumi Castle? 11037.
What was that again?
Wrecked!
You can't answer? That's weird.
Wait, where'd you find that out?
70311.
Who cares? So how about it? Can you even answer?
Oh man, I've been found out.
Found out. Then you're...
How disappointing! And I thought I was on the right track.
He disappeared? Hey! That guy disappeared!
Why are you surprised? It's a computer program, so anything's possible, right?
Then, that was just the work of Monokuma?
Aw, you found out I was faking! This is so embarrassing! I just wanna kill myself!
Okay, calm down, Junko.
What are you doing? Why'd you show us a fake member of the Future Foundation?
That fake was trying to get us out to the real world. Then that's your plan? Is that where your trap is?
Man, they saw right through me! I may as well be invisible.
A trap? What kind of trap did you set?
Hey, if you know what's good for you, you better hurry the hell up and confess. I'll beat you half to death if you tell us now. But if you don't spit it out soon, I'm just gonna kill you!
Remember all the times that Monokuma beat your fucking ass, Akane? Why don't you just stop?
Just kill him right now! Then this nightmare can finally end!
Soda's like obsessed with getting out of here before figuring everything out. Please stop. It's like me and Fuyuhiko are literally the only ones in this trial. Sonya just serves to go, oh, but wait! People and emotions! And Soda's all like, I want to get out of here. And Akane's like, everything's dumb, and I'm dumb, and I'll fight things.
Violence is not allowed! This isn't that kind of game! It's a much smarter game, right?
What game? This game is already over!
This game is over? No! I'm not gonna let you finish yet! There's no way this can end before I've even transformed!
Transform?
A transformation is customary in a final boss battle, right? You know, like that one role-playing game? You know what game I'm talking about. Final...
Death Room.
Don't say it!
Now then, allow me to show you. I'll skip the second and third forms and go straight to my final form!
You better not be bluffing. I'm gonna beat the crap out of you and pull all your stuffing out!
It's Frieza! What? I have a bad feeling about this. Like the inside of my brain is burning, sizzling, a really, really bad feeling.
Now then, make sure you burn this ginormous despair you're about to see into your memories!
Junko? The voice actor had fun with this.
I'm gonna die!
Hello! Welcome back! Nice phone. The 1960s called. I should probably really go heal them up. I might be able to take another trainer though. No, I broke free of the wall. Damn it. Never mind.